The halls of the castle.
Time is running out. Night is almost upon us. Soon the castle will be swarming with vampires. Those who are the most powerful of their kind.
I mean, thank God this is a Castlevania game. We wouldn't be expecting vampires. Good God.
Must be on his guard now, for appearances can be deceptive. I have heard that in this place one may face one's deadliest foes without realizing it until it is too late.
That's not going to factor into this level at all. It's just for flavor.
But first, here's the entry annex. You should go and look around with Barry.
Yeah, this cutscene goes on for way too long, and it's just to establish the level's main mechanic, which is, wait for it,
ice physics.
It's drapes. Oh, and vampires too, I guess.
Okay, yeah, alright. Wait, oh, please tell me we can open up the drapes.
Well, there is one thing that this game does have established with vampire lore, and that's that vampires hate the sun. There's these drapes over here. Unfortunately, some bastard decided to board up the drapes. What the hell? Who would do that?
Probably a vampire.
I mean, was there a renovation here recently?
They were watching Love It or List It.
So anyway, as soon as we've destroyed the boards covering these drapes, we can remove the curtains, and that will burn up the emergence hole. Yes, I had forgotten until now that the spawn areas in Gears of War were called emergence holes. That is official. It's Gears of War canon.
Yup, and it's some of the worst canon in that game. And incidentally, this music kind of sounds like Gears of War.
Yeah, I could see that. Anyway, we got another Light and Mirrors puzzle. This is very much rudimentary compared to like the one in the library from the previous chapter, thankfully.
We provide our own light now.
Lots of breakable objects here and stuff like that.
Trash all the things, drink all their booze, break all their shit.
Yeah, someone in the thread was pointing out that perhaps Fernando Gandolfi was not expecting his stake upgrade to be used as a crowbar more than it was to actually be used to be killed vampires.
We are not Gordon Freeman. This is not Zen. That is not a crowbar.
It's apparently a crowbar by 11th century standards.
By loose definition, we're crowing with it.
Anyway, this is something that you can do with very strict timing. You're technically not supposed to be able to get into this room until you've killed all the other enemies. I mean, I guess you can still do it, but I also decided to point out that, yes, you can damage... Like, I was able to damage the animated armor by, pushing the statue over. It's not something that's really useful, but it is kind of cool that you could do that still. I mean, I can't really think of any real combat application for it. I just like the detail.
They did pay attention to what they were doing with this. I am impressed. I do applaud them.
Yeah, they clearly paid more attention to the smaller details than they did to the overarching combat mechanics in some places. Anyway, there's another one of the light magic, shadow magic switches. But first of all, I think we're gonna go and pick up this scroll. We have a skeptic in the Brotherhood Knight community. You know, you definitely know that he has a YouTube channel that responds to the Brotherhood. It pauses after every couple of lines in the scroll. He has an anime persona, a furry persona that he got commissioned for some gold, that specifically has a raised, arched eyebrow in the middle.
I can picture it, and it's beautiful.
Anyway, this particular puzzle is terrible. Because, first of all, it's a lot more... It's a lot more... I'm trying to find the word. It's just worse than the other rune puzzle that was... I think it was in Chapter 3. That was the one with the 3 towers. And also, there's another bad gimmick related to it that we'll be seeing later. First of all, we gotta go over here and pick up this life gem.
We're getting close.
And it's a life gem you'll need on your first playthrough. Both because of in order to recover from combat, but also because of this puzzle. Because if you do the incorrect solution for this puzzle, for instance, if you use the wrong type of magic, it actually damages you.
Oh my god. This puzzle is an asshole.
And this will be the consistent punishment for all of these types of puzzles going forward. Which I think is really terrible. And also, I completely forgot what the solution was. I was thinking that I could go forward, you know, going with the right solution, and you know, and then I got the order of those 3 mixed up.
This is the plug puzzle from Resident Evil 2, only worse.
That's pretty accurate. It's been a while since I played the original RE2.
That's also the world's slowest gate.
Funny you should say that.
It's still opening, isn't it?
It's still opening, and very conveniently, the sun is coming down.
It's a plot mechanic.
Yep, pretty much. So we have to wait for the rest of the gate to open. And in the meantime, vampires will spawn infinitely.
Infinitely.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So the whole
because the grub hole is no longer burning because the sun went down.
all holes open, folks.
Yep.
Pile in.
So you can, if you know what you're doing and you're not doing what I am, you can kind of camp here next to the infinite magic supply and just spam whatever magic technique you want. I do that for a while, but then I figure it may make for the most entertaining video. Because I mean, this is on a timer of sorts. You're not exactly you're not exactly waiting for X number of enemies to be killed. You're just waiting for the door to open.
Gate mechanics like this have always bothered me in video games, because I mean, at some point the gate is up far enough that you could open the door if this were the real world, but here we are waiting for the gate to open all the way up.
Actually, I think you have to wait for it's the physical locks that you're waiting for, and then when the locks finish, the door swings open. Like I don't think I actually show off the animation at all, but from my memory of it, it's not like you're waiting for the entire door to open. You're just waiting for the you're waiting for the locks to finish opening, and then the door swings open and you can go through.
Okay, for a minute there I was worried that they did something that was contrived and stupid.
I mean, it's still contrived and stupid, but it's something that aesthetically at least
makes sense,
even if it's not good.
Ooh.
Thanks. Yeah, that struggle mechanic is not great, especially compared to, like, I was recently replaying Lords of Shadow 2 just to make sure that, once I start capturing footage for it, I'm not completely rusty on it. And yeah, that game does such a much better job of, determining when exactly you enter a struggle and under what circumstances. Anyway, cutscene time.
Woo!
Hello. Have you come to play?
Oh no, it's a woman! Run!
Oh, she dead.
The board is ready for you.
Well, I mean, she's a vampire. She's undead. What, is Gabriel gonna bring her back to life just to kill her again?
Don't you want to play?
I am here for the Dark Lord.
I'll tell you where she is. If you play my game.
She?
Mother doesn't like visitors. But I'll show you where she is. If you play.
I don't have time for your games. I must find her now.
Then I won't help you.
Fine.
You won't ever find her. Only I know the secret way. I'll let you make the first move.
Yep. So this is Laura. And she introduces us to Vampire War Game. This is like a cross between chess, checkers, Russian roulette, and bullshit.
Oh my god.
You can skip it if you want, but you'll miss out on 1500 experience. And once you beat this level, you can play it whenever you want in the extras menu, including for 2 players.
Oh my god, that's brilliant.
If you can kidnap someone and convince them that this is fun, sure, you can play it. So the way that this works is that you're on a roulette, and the roulette determines what piece you can move, and then you move it.
Just pick a square.
So the queen, this is the necromancer. The necromancer can either move one piece, or the necromancer can also summon a zombie. So going with the necromancer again. The necromancer can summon a zombie. The zombie can either attack or can serve as like a meat shield. Lycans sort of move like knights-ish. They can also drain the life from other pieces. That was just the necromancer attacking the zombie. And again, another benefit is that the AI will usually prioritize zombies over you when they get the chance. There's also a benefit to... Oh, and vampires are just like sort of like the pawn equivalents. Anyway, I moved forward about 5 minutes of me playing this game. It is interesting to explain, but not interesting to see it for like 5 minutes. I might show off some footage of it sometime. But anyway, yeah, basically the main benefit is you want to keep as many pieces as you can, and just the objective is to kill all the other enemy pieces. And you also get, the more pieces you lose, the more extra spins you get on the board. Which is the way that it tries to balance the game, sort of. So because I have only 2 pieces here, because I only have 2 pieces left, I get, I think, 1 extra spin. Either 1 or 2 extra spins. I can't remember. No, I get 2. And then when you're down to 1 piece, you get 3.
This is clever, I'll give it that.
It's not very fun to play for more than once. And so it was down to this point that I was, in a partial... I thought I was in a stalemate, but then I remembered that zombies can attack as well as serving as meat shields. So I just decided to chip away at this enemy with the oh no, sorry, that was before when I used the zombie.
So your spin still has to land on the...
The spin has to land on... you get 3 chances at this point. to land on a. Oh no, sorry. This was the point where I was here down to my last piece, where I could use a zombie to attack, and I just I have to make sure it actually lands. Yeah, like here, for instance, the AI wasted all of
its possibilities. Yeah. Oh, Zambo.
Yep.
It's not fair! I want to win! But we'll have a fight to continue on your journey.
Man, there's an extra light magic gem here.
But you get to break them open for, like, bonus shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the more pieces you have there, the more extra items you can get.
Just trash the games parlor. Send that little bish packing.
Gabriel is a very classy winner.
Oh, yeah. He flips tables. You don't want to see what he does when he loses.
So we're going to get the exploding earthquake. Which is one of the last major relic move that we can get before the next significant upgrade. Or movement upgrade.
Very cool. Oh my god, there's ultimate magic?
Yeah, that's like the post-game, game-breaking one.
Ah.
It takes 25,000 XP to unlock.
She has the body of an innocent child, yet the wits and cunning of a seasoned predator. She will kill Gabriel in a heartbeat if she could. Beautiful Laura, who was turned many centuries ago, has lived a lonely, cruel existence ever since. Gabriel will have to be very careful from now on, as he can be sure that her
Yeah,
mother,
well, Laura is yet
the
another
one
reference
who
to
commands
Portrait
here,
of Ruin,
is now
as well
fully
as
aware of his
a
presence, and that Laura
as well as
herself still has some
basic
part
reference
play in our
to
tale.
Lucy Westenra from Dracula.
Gotcha. And she's a slightly obnoxious little child, and, yeah.
Well, I mean,
She's gonna get staked.
Well, I mean, she's obnoxious as a vampire. I mean, Lucy in the novel was, at least a decent person.
Fair.
Not how Stephen Moffat wrote her. Oh god.
Oh, God.
I just finished watching Stephen Moffat's Dracula, and what he did to Lucy in particular was that was something else.
Oh, I gotta see this.
Dinner time, boys.
It's like they don't run a mop through here. Good God.
Well, the cleaning staff's on strike. What do you expect?
Fucking A.
Ever since they unionized around here.
Jesus Christ, look at that underbite.
Yep.
Hey, don't mind me, I'll seat myself.
Maybe if I asked politely, they'd share. That meal is so delicious. They're so focused on it. They just could not hear the ruckus upstairs.
Hello, boys.
And I forgot that I was playing on normal instead of easy, and that I had to take it took more than one holy water to get rid of the ghouls. Oops. Well, I killed all the ghouls. Also, this guy is normally very, very tricky to find the scroll because he's under the table, but I destroyed the table.
The castle cook. That was the cook?
Yeah, he is the butcher. He is based on the Mad Butcher enemy type from Aria of Sorrow.
This is suddenly getting far-fetched.
Yes, it was very realistic up until now.
Oh yeah, my suspension of disbelief is completely gone. Now, because there's a cook.
And that rat we just saw, he was the sous chef. Well, those ghouls aren't coming out. There's no food on the table. My door is not budging either, so...
Knock knock, motherfucker.
Anyway, I destroyed a couple of things here, and we got to get some meat for the ghouls. Now, we haven't seen that much patronizing puzzle design, but if you decide to drop the meat here... Nope. You got to drop it in the dish.
Oh my god.
So for this next section, after this, we're actually going to be switching over to the Xbox 360 version of the game, because there's an Easter egg that happens here, and it only happens on the 360 and PS3 versions. And it only happens once, the first time you play through. So when you go into this hatch, listen carefully. That was a little snippet of the Metal Gear Solid theme by Tappy. Just a snippet, and it only plays the first time you go through there. It doesn't play again.
Oh my god, that's brilliant. Well done, Konami. You used to make video games. Sorry, can I get that double wrapped? I'm planning to freeze it.
I take that was a yes?
Oh my god!
So, this is the evil butcher. His gimmick is that he will grab whatever he can find around his kitchen and throw it at you. I will actually not be showing the trial for this level. Oh, by the way, that's the exploding quake. I'll not be showing the trial for this level because it is extremely boring. You just have to wait around in this boss fight and wait for the butcher to throw 15 different objects at you.
Oh my god, that's a crappy challenge.
Yeah, so I'm going to do that trial off screen. You will not be seeing that one. Because I mean, there's only like a handful of different varieties of objects. Not all of them are attack objects though. Sometimes you'll like grab a chicken leg and restore some health with it.
I was gonna say I thought he was healing.
And sometimes he'll just grab like a flagon of alcohol and use it to breathe fire. You know, as a normal butcher does in his spare time.
You know.
It's his party trick.
He's just taking a trip to Flavor Town, boys.
I also love his flinching animation when you use the divine light. It's pretty funny. He also has 2 different unblockable attacks, one of which is horizontal and the other is vertical. And his horizontal unblockable attack has a very strange wind-up to it that almost always fools me. It's like a weird sort of stumbling wind-up to it. That one right there. Also, you cannot parry the knives, kind of like the troll's rocks. You just block them.
I'm just gonna drink this hot water. What the fuck?
Alright, so this is phase 2 of his fight. This one's more of a puzzle phase. Because as you can see, he's not taking any damage. This is very strange. How are we supposed to beat him now, I wonder? Yeah, that fire attack was his other unblockable one. Anyway, you attack the helmet. That makes him stumble around like this. However, he's still not taking any damage. So that's kind of weird.
So you just kind of ring the bell. Alright.
Well, there's 2 different phases to this. First, you gotta hit his helmet. And then, you grab his sword with the combat cross. Yep. Sometimes you gotta learn when to let go.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I gotta look up what the butcher looked like in Aria of Sorrow, and I gotta wonder how radical a reinterpretation that is.
I'm just gonna say pretty much all these reinterpretations are extremely radical off the original Castlevania sources. So I'm betting it's a pretty major change.
Well, it's taken me up until like the 17th video to mention this, but Gabriel's costume is pretty directly based on Simon's uniform from Castlevania 2, specifically.
You know, now that you mention it, it is very similar, and I gotta say that is a strange game to choose to draw from.
Well, I mean, every other game already takes musical cues from Bloody Tears, so...
Well, yeah.
It was also at this point that I accidentally mixed up which room had the unlockable and which room was the level exit. So I accidentally opened the wrong door first. Oops. Okay, now let's go back and get the life gem.
Take it to the bank.
Alright, now we can continue the level. Hey, guess what? It's another one of these.
Oh, lordy.
And yes, every one of these switch puzzles from now on will damage you if you get the wrong one.
The little horror violin.
Yeah, that's a recurring motif for when you're inside the castle.
Oh, I love that. If it wasn't foreboding before, everything gets foreboding pretty quick.
Now, I'm going to use the Dark Crystal here, but I have to wait for 2 more Skeleton Warriors to spawn. Otherwise, it won't actually count. Sorry, 3 more. There we go.
Crush him with the titties.
That's something else. Don't get your tabs confused.
No, okay, no, I'm back on the right tab. All right.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, all right, okay. There appears to be a second floor.
And somehow, despite reading this scroll, I completely missed the second floor until I replayed this level. So here it is on my replay.
Oh, that's sneaky.
Yeah, the entrance to the second floor is pretty well hidden.
That's a shame. He died not knowing he could climb things.
Well, he didn't have a combat cross.
Fair.
I mean, he had a sword and several arrows stuck in his eye, rib cage, and neck. I mean, you can't exactly climb with those. Anyway, so up here we have the hint scroll, which, because I replayed this level, it already shows me the solution. That solution is also one where if you decide to unlock it, it shows that for you.
But then you don't get the experience points.
Yes, that is true. Also, more balancing puzzles.
It's interesting when it goes to top down.
Yeah.
You know?
Doesn't do it very often, but when it does, it's pretty interesting.
I appreciate it because most games just say, screw you, do the balance section without being able to see what's going on around you.
Anyway, there's a Shadow Magic Gem up here.
Beautiful.
Alright, back to my earlier take, which will show a Shadow Gem missing, because I got the Shadow Gem on the second playthrough. Damn it. Yeah, on Infernal, which is the hardest difficulty, I think those take off about a third of your health, maybe a quarter.
Oh.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
How forgiving is the checkpoint for this?
Checkpoint is just before... God damn it. The checkpoint is just before the fight starts. The fight with the animated armor and the skeleton warriors.
Now wait a second. If you get one wrong, it resets the entire puzzle?
Yes, it does.
What?
Yep.
This shit's sadistic, dude.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it does give you... if I had actually gone up to the second floor, it would have given you hints on the puzzle, on the arrangement of the puzzle. So it's not purely trial and error.
You're brute forcing it right now.
Well, I was going based on my memory of it, based on what I had remembered from my game, from reading the GameFAQs book that I was using. So yeah, it says that I missed the Shadow Gem marker. That was the one from the second floor that I got later.
Lies. This is lies. We have the gem.
Well, I will get the gem. I got the gem in the past, the future past. Time travel's confusing.
And once we have 5 gems, we're gonna everybody back, and then we're gonna go kick the shit out of Thanos.
Yeah, more or less.
Okay.